Hello folks, happy holidays and welcome to a merry Yuletide game of Slamfire 28, our home-brewed sci-fi skirmish rules. Today's festive scenario, entitled the Crimbo Codex Caper, will hopefully help answer the burning question, can Slamfire 28 be played solo with just a single wrecking crew battling game-controlled NPCs? And based on our practice game, I think the answer is yes, but you be the judge. Also, several viewers have asked us when we might publicly release the Slamfire 28 beta rules, and I think we are getting closer to that goal, though it might be a little while yet as we continue to collect feedback and sand down some of the rough edges. In the meantime, however, we will be posting gameplay videos for your perusal, and as always, we welcome any thoughts or input you'd care to share in the comments section. Please do let us know what you're thinking. So like a lot of our scenarios, the Crimbo Codex Caper was designed around the minis and terrain we just happen to have available. Surprise, surprise. Today's wrecking crew, which we've named Santa's Heavies, is comprised of 3 biker figures from Cobblestone Castings, as well as the Banana Man and a briefcase dude from Hassle-Free Miniatures. In this scenario, they will be representing Santa's cousins, Nick, Klaus, and Chris, as well as Gary the Berserker and the Bookkeeper, who is guardian of the Crimbo Codex, which is more commonly known as the Naughty List. So Santa Prime is currently out of town making important preparations for the big day, and while he's gone, an army of holiday hobgoblins has emerged from the underworld through the infamous Cave of Despair, and their goal is to overrun Santa's workshop, steal the Crimbo Codex, and whisk it down to the underworld for purposes unknown. To prevent this from happening, though, Santa's Heavies will attempt to fend off the attack, punch a hole through the mob of hobgoblins, and shepherd the Codex to a waiting overland escape vehicle parked on the edge of the board. The holiday hobgoblins, though, will do everything they can to thwart this escape attempt, fielding a mixed mob of archers, heavily armed and armored choppers, and acrobatic hobgoblin ninja known as slicers. So will Santa's outnumbered crew be able to overcome the hobgoblin horde with the help of automatic weapons, shotguns, and some well-placed grenades? Or will Santa return home from his travels to find his team floating face down in the treacherous half-frozen river? Let's find out. Okay, we've placed our minis, built the activation deck, and assembled our pools of regular dice and Slamfire dice, and now we're ready for turn 1 of the Crimbo Codex Caper. So Lynn and I are going to play Santa's Heavies together. We're going to control the player control miniatures, and the game will control the hobgoblins, and we're going to get 5 Slamfire dice in this game. These will refresh every turn, and they give us the ability to boost a dice pool or access to special abilities and things like that, so they're very important. But once we spend them, then they're gone for the rest of the turn, and we need to wait till next turn for them to refresh. So we're going to start by drawing the first activation card of the game and see whether a player-controlled character or an NPC activates first. Black card is a fighter, so that is one of ours. So let's decide which guy is going to activate first. So we have Nick here, who's got a machine pistol and a chain. Klaus has a shotgun. Gary here, the promo walker, is a berserker. He has an axe and he has an old 20-gauge shotgun, and he's a little bit nuts, so he charges into combat quite frequently. This dude here is Chris. Chris has a machine pistol and some grenades. He's pretty good at throwing grenades. And finally, here's the bookkeeper, who has a machine pistol and has the codex in his hand. He will not voluntarily give it up, but if he's killed, he will drop it, and then other people can pick it up and throw it or carry it to the truck or whatever. Or if it's a hobgoblin, they'll try to get it into the Cave of Despair and take it to the underworld because they got plans for it. What those are, I don't know. Probably telemarketing or something like that.
Probably.
Okay, so who are we activating? Gary?
Gary.
The promo walker? Okay.
Yeah.
And we should mention that the icy river here is treacherous terrain. So our guys can try to cross it, but they might have a mishap. And they can try to jump it, but if they fail to jump, they might have a mishap. The hobgoblins are a little bit more nimble, so they can cross it easier, though they can still suffer a mishap. And the slicers, the ninja hobgoblins, can just jump over it. All right, so Gary, how much movement does Gary have?
Gary has 6 for his rapid movement, which, why not?
Okay.
He's going to start cruising.
So Gary is going to do a rapid move.
So there's 1. And then he's going to do it again, because he wants to go catch him some hobgoblins.
All right. So Gary is screaming toward the bridge. He's going to try to punch a hole in the wall of hobgoblins, apparently. And he used his 2 regular actions. He did not spend a Slamfire die for a 3rd action, though you can. And so that is his activation. All right, let's draw the next card.
It's another fighter.
All right, so black cards are our guys. The red cards are the hobgoblins. and they will activate in numbers of 1, 2, or 3, depending on the numerical value of the card. When a fighter is activated, the card doesn't really matter. It's just one fighter per card. So black card means a fighter.
I think the bookkeeper should get on the run. He needs to get to the truck and get out of there.
So you're thinking that the bookkeeper
Needs to book it.
And he has a movement of what?
6 for his rapid movement as well.
So he's going to do 2 rapid moves. Run toward the bridge.
But he's going to stay behind Gary.
Oh.
Because Gary is a little crazy and he'll attack the hobgoblins for him regardless.
So Gary's right here and the bookkeeper's right here, and you're saying that Gary is running interference for the bookkeeper.
Yep, Gary is running interference for the bookkeeper because Gary has that nice suit of banana armor, and the bookkeeper only has a suit.
It is not a tactical John Wick style suit. All right, let's draw a card, see who activates.
Oh my.
Another fighter. So you shuffled these. I watched you shuffle them.
I did shuffle these. This is not necessarily a good thing to have us all activated first.
So you're thinking Klaus right here? Mm-hmm. Klaus has a shotgun and he is tough as old boots. So he's pretty grizzled and resistant to injury. Okay, so what do you think Klaus ought to do?
I think Klaus needs to join the group over here and also run interference for the bookkeeper.
All right, let's go ahead and move Klaus. So the long range on his shotgun is 12 inches, right?
Yeah, so I don't think he can get in range of anybody unless he runs over the ice. But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to go run interference for the bookkeeper, but he's going to take an extra movement.
So he's going to move 3 times?
He's going to move 3 times.
So he's spending a Slamfire die for a third action. His rapid move is 5, so he can move 15 inches. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. 1 Slamfire die gone.
We spent 1 of our 5. So Klaus jogged over here, and he's leading the way. He's heading for the bridge, with Gary close behind, and the bookkeeper over here behind a small tree. So let's draw the next card and see who activates.
2 hobgoblins.
2 hobgoblins. So out of all these hobgoblins, you can pick which 2 you think you'd like to activate.
How about the one on top of the hill?
This one here?
The 2 on top of the hill, actually.
All right, 2 on top of the icy mound.
The archers have a movement of 5.
I think Gary over there is the closest to these guys, so they're probably going to move that way. So we'll just kind of eyeball it, get him down there. He's going to try to cross the ice. So once he does, he's going to make a mishap roll. He makes it. If it was a 5 or 6, he would have suffered a mishap. And so he gets about over to there with his 2 actions. And this guy is going to move about to here. Roll for mishap. Ooh, he suffers a mishap. So we roll on the injury chart to see what happens as he steps on the ice. It's a 2.
A 2 is knocked down, so he slips on the ice and falls on his nose.
Okay, so the hobgoblin falls over and becomes prone. So that was his second action. He moved down the Matterhorn, and when he hit the edge of the icy river, he slipped, put his foot through the ice, and he fell over. That's 2 hobgoblins who activated.
Now 3.
Now 3 of them activate. So you're thinking these 3 right here.
Yep.
All right. So that is 2 choppers and an archer. So the choppers here, they're pretty tough. They fight well, they defend well, but they're pretty slow. And the archers are a little bit faster, and they're also kind of squishy. This chopper here can see one of the heavies over there, and this guy can't see anybody.
Okay.
So they're both going to kind of move that way then.
Towards Santa's workshop because, that's where the naughty list would be, right?
Barring any other information, that's the way they go. So he's going to go 4. And now he can see Gary, so he's going to go this way. And as soon as he gets on the ice, he's fine. He moves that way. This other guy is going to do something similar. He's going to move kind of like this. Then he's going to see Gary, and he's going to move 4 kind of that way. And he's fine. Doesn't slip on the ice. And then the archer can see Gary.
And he can probably shoot Gary once he moves, I think.
Maybe.
4 is short range. Between 4 and 8 is long range.
So this one here cannot quite reach Gary with a shot. So he's going to move again.
Let's see if he slips on the ice. And he does.
He has a mishap.
And the mishap is a 4. What is his mishap? A 4 is injured, so he really stuck his leg in the ice.
So since the archer here didn't fall over, he's injured but he didn't fall. He gets to complete his movement. And I picked up the ruler too soon, but I think it's probably about like that. So there's a bunch of hobgoblins on the ice. One of them's injured.
And draw the next one.
Draw the next one.
3.
3 more hobgoblins. Shall we activate these guys here?
Sure, why not?
That's 2 archers and a chopper. So these archers probably go up the bridge, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he can't quite see anybody from where he is, so he would just keep going.
Yep.
And kind of get up to here. Like so. We could put some blue tack on them. He goes up that way. This guy kind of goes like this.
And he'll do the same thing.
And he'll try to do the same thing and kind of get up this way. And then the chopper only moves 4.
Oh, this could be fun.
So the chopper will go that way. So let's take a look at what's going on. So the hobgoblins are screaming across the river and up the bridge. Yeah, in this type of situation, templates will be our friend, whether that's auto fire from machine pistols or rapid fire from the shotgun or good old-fashioned grenades. Who activates next?
1.
1 hobgoblin.
It's going to have to be one by the cave. One of the slicers, I'm guessing.
So maybe this guy, he's a slicer. And slicers are like homing missiles, so he's going to make a beeline right over here to the bookkeeper because he can smell the codex. And he moves 6. So he's going to go like this, and he is going to jump across like so. With his hobgoblin ninja powers, he leaps across the frozen river. All right, draw a card, and let's see what happens.
Joker. Uh-oh, this could be bad.
Okay, so this is a special event.
We don't want a 1, I don't think.
Go ahead and roll. Roll a d6. 1.
The one I said we didn't want.
Volley. Give every upright, uninjured hobgoblin archer not in base contact with a fighter an immediate shoot action. So they have to have a viable target, and if they don't, they get a free move action. And if they're prone, they get a free stand action. So they either shoot or move or stand up. So we did some scientific evaluation, and what we've determined is we think this guy can shoot at Klaus, this guy is going to move, this guy is injured, so he doesn't get the benefit of the special event. This guy here could shoot at Gary, but this is kind of in the way, so he doesn't really have line of sight. And this guy here is knocked over.
So he will stand up.
So this guy who's prone stands up.
Okay.
This guy here is moving across the ice. He's fine. He moves 5. This guy's injured. This guy's going to move, and he'll shoot. So this guy here takes a free shot at Klaus. He's outside of short range, so he's shooting with 2. So no successes for the goblin archer.
Now the other one moves.
The other one moves.
Okay, 1 Joker down.
So the hobgoblins are swarming across the river via ice and bridge.
Okay.
Let's draw a card. A fighter, one of ours. Okay, Chris right here has a machine pistol, but he also has an unlimited satchel full of grenades. And he can drop a template anywhere within 8 inches. Now it may scatter, but he's pretty good at drawing it back toward his intended target point. So he could move up and then try to drop a template on one of these guys. So you want to move him up 5 with 1 action. For his second action, he lobs a grenade. He'd like to hit this target point down here, but we have to roll for scatter.
Ideally, a 1-inch bounce would be good.
It scatters 7 inches back.
That's not good.
So that would put it about right there. But Chris can roll his knack roll and try to move it back toward the intended target point. So Chris's knack is normally 4d6, which is really good. But because he's a grenadier, he has a big satchel full of grenades. He's good at throwing them. He gets an extra d6. So he's rolling 5d6, and he wants 5s or 6s, of which he gets 2. So what that means is, for every success, he got 2 successes, he can move the grenade 2 inches back toward his intended target point, if he wants to.
Well, 4 inches will put it right here.
Put it on top of the hedge.
And it won't hit anybody.
Okay. So the grenade blows up that hedge. So Chris moved up with one action. He threw a grenade with another action, and that blew up a hedge. He could spend a Slamfire die for a third action, and then...
he can either shoot or throw another grenade.
If you wish.
What do you think? What do you feel?
Well, you got 4 Slamfire dice left this turn. We've only got one more guy to activate, so you might as well go for it.
Throw another grenade, just for fun.
All right. So the intended target point is right there. One kind of this way, according to that die.
That's not horrible.
So that's not horrible. Let's see how we did.
Oh, did we get all 3?
No, you got 2. So the grenade is going to hit both of these guys. This guy here is injured, so he's going to defend with 1 less. So for every guy underneath the template of the grenade, you roll an unmodified 3d6 shoot attack. You want to go against the wounded guy first?
The wounded guy first.
So he's just defending with 1d6. You got no successes. Roll against the other guy.
So I'm going to add a Slamfire die because the chopper has a lot higher defense.
Okay, chopper has a defense of 4d6. All right, so you're going to roll 4d6 with the addition of a Slamfire die, and the chopper is going to defend with 4d6. You got 1 success. Chopper got 3 successes, so they resist the grenade blast, unfortunately.
Oh well, it was worth a shot.
It was. All right, pick a card.
1.
1 more hobgoblin.
1 more hobgoblin. Let's go with the chopper.
So this chopper here is going to move 4 and then another 4. He's going to try to. Gets on the ice.
He has a mishap.
Has a mishap.
His mishap is a 6. I think he fell through the ice.
So he steps under the ice. It gives way. He goes underneath and he's swept downstream and he's in the reserve pile. Crossing the ice can be treacherous. It's mostly okay, but sometimes it isn't. Draw a card, see who activates.
The last 2 hobgoblins. So 1 chopper and 1 slicer.
Chopper is going to move this way toward... Who's the guy with the helmet? Is that...
Nick.
Nick. He's going to move toward Nick. Go ahead and roll a mishap for crossing the ice. He's fine.
He's fine.
And the slicer is going to move 6, and he's going to move like a homing missile toward the codex. He's going to go like so. And he's just going to run across, I guess.
He can't make it across, so he has to roll for a mishap, right?
And he's fine.
But he can jump on his next turn.
So hobgoblins are screaming across the river. We got a couple cards left, but let's take stock of where everyone is. This guy right here.
Nick.
That's Nick. He's got a heavy chain and a machine pistol. This guy here.
Chris with the grenades.
Grenades and machine pistol. This one here.
The bookkeeper.
The bookkeeper.
Klaus.
Klaus with a shotgun.
And the crazed banana man, Gary.
Banana Man Berserker Gary, the promo walker. All right, a couple of cards left. Let's go ahead and draw and see what we got.
It's Nick, so that's good.
So the last Santa's heavy to move is Nick right here, and you think you should move him up so he can shoot that guy with his machine pistol.
Yeah. So then he's within short range.
So Nick has moved up. He's going to shoot his machine pistol at this hobgoblin here. He is going to keep a Slamfire die in reserve in case he needs to shoot again.
1.
Nick got 1 success, and the chopper didn't get any successes. So Nick rolls on the injury roll. 4.
4 is injured.
You could spend a Slamfire die and shoot again and try to kill it.
Which we are going to do.
Okay. You're shooting a 3d6, and now the hobgoblin is defending with 3d6 because it's wounded. And it does not get any successes. You got 1, so you roll on the injury table.
He's injured again.
2 injured is a dead, I think. So the second shot from the machine pistol polishes it off, and it goes into the reserve pile. So all of the fighters and hobgoblins have activated.
Yes.
So that last card is going to be a joker, but because it's at the bottom of the stack, we don't have to do the special effect. So
Yay.
That's good. Yay. Remove all the activation tokens and rebuild the deck and get into turn 2. So none of Santa's goons have been eliminated and 2 hobgoblins are dead. Let's see what happens. At the top of turn 2, a special event. Let's see what that is. 3.
3. A 3 is a free hack. Give every upright, uninjured hobgoblin, chopper, or slicer in base combat a free fight action.
Okay, none of the hobgoblins are in base, but I think they get to move.
They get a free move. If a chopper or slicer is not in base contact with a fighter, give it a free move. If a chopper or slicer is prone, give it a free stand action.
Okay. So none of the choppers are in base contact, and none of them are prone, and none of them are injured. So they all get to move. So we're going to start with this chopper here because he's moving on the ice. He's got to roll for a mishap. Doesn't get one. So he moves 4. This does not count as their normal activation. This is a bonus move. So that's 1. Here's 1. He'll kind of go over this way. I guess he steps on the ice, so we should roll for him. He's fine. Here's a chopper. There used to be 5, now there's only 3. He's fine crossing the ice, and he kind of goes over this way. And then the slicers, too. So this slicer started moving on the ice. He's jumping. So he moves this way toward the codex, and here's a slicer here. And he's just going to kind of go this way. So it's a bit of a mob scene down here, and Lynn had an idea.
Grenades.
Grenades. Happy, fun grenades. Well, let's see what happens with the next activation card. 1 hobgoblin. So this is a wounded archer, and wounded archers will seek cover.
Let's activate him.
So this hobgoblin here is on the ice, so as he starts to move, he's got to roll for a mishap. Does not get one. Moves back 5. So he will keep moving back until he can get out of line of sight, which he has not quite achieved yet, but he's trying to get there. Injured archers are cowardly, so they kind of run away. All right, let's see who activates next. One of the fighters.
So we're going to activate Chris. He's not going to move. He's just going to lob a grenade right in the midst of them.
You want to roll for the scatter, or shall I?
Go ahead.
3. So it's kind of like that.
Well, that's not horrible.
You can still try to move it if you want to.
Okay, let's try to move it.
1 success, so you can move it 2 inches back toward where you wanted it.
Yes, let's do that.
And the template says?
3.
3. You got 3 of them. So it looks like you have an archer, a slicer, and a chopper.
Okay.
Start with the archer.
Start with the archer. Nothing.
No hits.
Slicer.
Slicer. 1 success. Slicer got a success to block it.
Okay, and chopper.
No successes.
Okay.
It was a dud. It was a good throw, but it didn't do anything.
I think we try it again.
All right. About the same place. Roll for scatter. 3.
Towards Gary.
Yeah,
right on top of Gary.
It's very close to Gary. Try to move it. 2 successes. You can move it back to where it was if you want to.
Yep.
Okay. Move it back.
Then we hit 3 again. Archer.
Start with the grenade blast against the archer. 2 successes. The archer didn't block either. Roll 2 dice on the injury table. Take the highest result. A 2 is not great.
It's not great. Knockdown.
The archer is knocked down by the blast. So he falls over. The slicer. No successes.
And chopper.
2 successes on the chopper. Chopper defends with 4 though. Gets no blocks. You roll 2. Take the highest result. A 5 is pretty good.
5 is injured and knocked down.
Injured and knocked down.
Oh no!
Who's next to activate? Another fighter. We have the bookkeeper, we have Klaus, we have Gary, and then way over here we have Nick. So Gary here is activating, and he's going to charge the slicer because he has to, because he's a berserker. Charge is in. He's going to get a charge bonus of 1d6. Plus he's a pretty good fighter to begin with. He fights with 46, and the slicer I think only defends with 2d6 because they're kind of squishy.
That's why they can jump, because they're light.
Because you're just wearing a hooded body stocking. The attack gets 1 success from Gary and no blocks from the slicer. So roll on the injury chart. 3. Injured. So the slicer is injured So Gary charged. He attacked. He could spin a Slamfire die and attack again and try to polish it off.
He's going to do that.
Okay, so now he's attacking with 46. No charge bonus because he got his charge bonus last time. And the Slicer is defending with only 1d6 because he's injured.
1 hit.
1 success. No defense. Go ahead and roll on the injury chart. 3 injured. 2 injureds. Make it dead. Gary chopped him good with his banana power. So, good on you, Gary. Next activation.
2 hobgoblins.
2 hobgoblins. Which 2 do you want?
I want the one in the water, the archer.
The one in the water. This one here?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
ice.
Actually, he can probably shoot from there. So this archer over here does not have to move on the ice. He can shoot Nick from where he is. Shooting at long range, so that's 2d6 from the archer. Stranger things have happened. 1 success.
Nick defends with 3.
Gets no blocks.
No blocks.
Roll on the injury chart. 5.
Is bad.
That's not great.
Injury table 5 is mangled and knocked down.
Mangled and knocked down. So Nick's guts are spilling out. He's mangled. He's knocked down. He's not feeling very good.
I'm guessing the archer's going to shoot again.
I suppose he would, wouldn't he? But now Nick is defending at minus 2d6. But he gets plus 1d6 because he's knocked down, because he's prone. So he's defending with 2d6. The archer is shooting with 2d6. Archer gets 1 success. Nick blocks it. Fortunately, it bounces off his helmet. It could have been worse.
Not great, but could have been worse.
And now 1 more hobgoblin activates. Which one do you want? That chopper. So he's going to attempt to move across the ice. Go ahead and roll for mishap. Does not get one. Moves his 4 and gets to about there.
He gets to move once more.
Oh, he gets to move 1 more time. Oh boy. Well, I think he can get in base contact with Gary. He doesn't slip on the ice as he does so. So he moves in on Gary.
And Gary won't get out of combat.
Gary likes combat. He lives for combat. Next. 3 hobgoblins. This could be bad. So you're thinking you want to activate this injured one right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, he is going to stand up for 1 action. And then, unfortunately, he's going to move in on Gary. So they're putting a hurt on Gary, or they will when the time comes. All right, that's 1. Which other 2 do you want to activate?
Let's do the fallen over archer.
So that archer is going to shoot over at Chris, unfortunately. So this is where it gets kind of bad, because the archers are not that dangerous up until they get within short range. And the choppers are dangerous, but they're really dangerous when you start getting multiples. So that archer is going to go ahead and shoot. And he's going to shoot with 46 because he's at short range. So no successes from the archer. So we kind of dodged an arrow there. That's good. So he activated.
That's 2.
And pick 1 more.
Let's pick the faraway archer.
The faraway archer will probably move and shoot, don't you think?
I'm guessing he will.
So the archer on the bridge. So he gets right up into point blank range, shoots at Klaus with 46.
But Klaus defends with 46 too, so.
1 success from the shot. Klaus blocks it with a 5, so that's cool.
Very good, that helps.
And so that was the 3, right?
That was the 3. Oh no, the rest of the hobgoblins.
And 3 more hobgoblins activate. Here's 1.
There's 2, and
2,
there's 3.
3. Okay, there's 3 left. So this slicer here is going to take 2 movement actions and make a beeline toward the codex because that's his prime directive. He cannot quite reach the bookkeeper in 2 moves, but he's getting awfully close, and he's ready to deploy his steely knives. So this slicer is sneaking up on the bookkeeper. Here's an archer right here who probably will kind of go like this and then shoot over here at our shotgun guy, Klaus. It's another 46 because it's point blank.
At least he has a defense of 46.
He does. 1 success from the shot. Klaus blocks it. So here is a chopper. So he's going to move over here and attack. So this is going to be a little tough on Gary because the chopper attacks with 3d6, but he's going to get an extra d6 for every helper, everybody who's a friend in base to base. So that is 5d6 against poor Gary, but Gary defends with 4d6, right? So it's 2 successes on the attack. Gary gets no blocks though. So we roll on the injury table twice, take the highest result. A 5 and a 5.
Mangled and knocked down.
Gary is mangled and knocked down. Now there's something about Gary, though.
Gary may move rapidly even if wounded, mangled, or encumbered.
And
he can stand for free during his activation phase.
So he gets a free stand action during his activation phase, but for the moment he's knocked down and his viscera are spilling out. He can slap on a trauma patch on his activation.
Yeah, and that'll take him down to injured.
Let's draw the next activation card. An ace. So since some of the hobgoblins died, there's no hobgoblins left to activate. So that's a nothing. That's a nothing burger. Joker is a special event. That's not a nothing burger. 1, that means every archer gets a free shot.
Or they get to move.
Or they get to move. So this archer here is going to shoot at the mangled Nick, who's on the ground. So Nick's defense is what?
Normally 4. He loses 2 for the mangle, then gains 1 for the prone.
So he's at 3. The archer is shooting with
2.
2d6. Gets nothing.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. This hobgoblin archer is going to shoot at Chris. It's in short range. So that's a 4d6 shot. And no
misses.
Hits. No successes.
He was so excited that he missed.
I know. Now we have 2 archers here shooting at Klaus. 46 each. So the first one, no successes. And the second one, 3 successes. Klaus blocks 1. Roll twice on the injury table. Take the best result. 5 is down and mangled. So he takes a little barbed arrow, and he's not feeling very good. Poor Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
Things are looking a little grim back here in Christmas Town. They didn't get across the river like they'd hoped.
No. Okay, ready?
Ready. Who activates? One of the fighters. Okay, so you think we should activate Klaus, who is down here and mangled.
Yep. So he'll stand up.
He stands up. That's 1 action.
He's going to slap a patch on him.
Slap on a trauma patch. Some combat stims, so he's now just injured instead of mangled. That's 2 actions.
And he's done.
And he's done. He wanted to shoot, but we need to reserve that last Slamfire die for something coming up.
Okay. Now Nick.
All right, so that is a fighter. It's a black card. So that's poor Nick down here who is mangled. So he stands up. He uses a Slamfire die to do some first aid. So he puts on a trauma patch, which takes him from mangled to merely injured. And is that all of our fighters?
Bookkeeper.
Oh, the bookkeeper's still left. And the last one to activate this turn is the bookkeeper. So you're thinking maybe the bookkeeper wants to be gutsy and book it across the ice?
Well, either that or he's got to fight. Those are the 2 choices. I think cowardice is the better part of valor.
Right. So the way he should do this, because the ice is treacherous and he's not nimble like the hobgoblins, what he wants to do is move rapidly and then stop before he gets to the ice. So he's moved rapidly up to the edge of the ice. Now he's going to try to cross the ice with a cautious move. He needs to roll a 1d6 hazard check. And he's okay. So he will cross the ice. So that is 2 actions. Do we have any Slamfire dice or do we use them all?
We used them all because we had to put on med packs on everybody.
But anyway, he's right there. And it's time for a new turn. It's time for turn 3. So we're going to rebuild our deck. There are 3 dead hobgoblins, so we don't need to include them in the deck. Okay, as we head into turn 3, there is a gigantic scrum down here. Looks like Klaus is wounded. Gary is mangled. Chris right here is fine. Nick right here is wounded. And the bookkeeper over here is running for the hills. So he's letting these guys soak up the punishment while he escapes with the codex. Keep it out of the underworld. All right, let's draw a card and see who gets to activate. One hobgoblin. So this hobgoblin here who was injured, this archer, is now out of line of sight. I don't think anybody can really see him because Gary has fallen down. So that means he's no longer injured. He took a moment to take a breath, and so he's just going to activate. He would go after the bookkeeper, but he can't see him, so he's going to go toward Klaus. So he's just going to hustle this way, and maybe he'll fall through the ice.
Nope.
He does not. So he hustles this way, like so. He recouped his courage and is running back into the fray. Let's see who activates next. We need a fighter, and we got one.
I think it's going to be Gary.
So Gary takes a free stand action. He takes a health pack, which makes him wounded instead of mangled, and he can attack. Does he want to attack?
The injured one.
The injured one, the injured hobgoblin.
So since he's injured, he attacks with 3d6.
And the hobgoblin, even though he's injured, has two buddies helping him, so he defends with 5d6. Gary gets one success. Hobgoblin blocks it.
Okay, it was worth a shot. At least he's a little healthier for the battle to come.
Right, so Gary is a little less peaked than he was a moment ago. All right, who's next?
Okay.
So that's another fighter. We can have the bookkeeper haul ass at maximum speed toward the truck. So the bookkeeper's over here. He only needs to get to the truck, and he can do that in probably
one turn.
One turn, and use a Slamfire die to get inside. So let's see what happens. Another fighter from Santa's crew. So Chris is going to activate. He's going to lob a grenade right there and try to hit those three hobgoblins. And that's going to be very close to Gary, but Gary's a berserker. Gary doesn't care. So we roll for scatter. 6, kind of that way. So it kind of scatters back that way, but you're an expert at bringing it in. You can move it 2 inches back.
Even after moving it, it misses everything.
Wild grenade. You want to try again?
Yep, I'll try it again.
Okay, second action, throwing another grenade in the same spot. You want to roll for the scatter?
Yes.
7, kind of backwards.
Oh, that's even worse.
It lands behind him. It slipped out of his grasp. It doesn't do anything to alter it. I think he escaped. That is crazy.
That is lucky.
But he feels the breeze on his ponytail.
Yeah.
So Chris lobbed a bunch of grenades, and they kind of went all over the place and didn't really do much. Next person to activate is another fighter.
I'm thinking Klaus.
Okay, that's the guy with the shotgun. Spend a Slamfire die and heal.
Then he's going to charge and use another Slamfire die to attack.
So he's charging in to help Gary. Good for him. Klaus charges in. He gets 1 extra die for charging, 1 extra die because Gary is right there in base contact with the same enemy. And so that's 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's fighting a what? A chopper. There are no hobgoblins in base contact with Klaus in addition to the one that he's fighting, so it just has 46. 2 successes from the attack. Whoops. No defense. Roll 2 dice, take the best one. 4. Injured. So you injured that hobgoblin. So he healed himself, he charged, and he attacked.
Okay. 2 hobgoblins.
2 hobgoblins.
I'll pick the 2 archers.
These 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So this archer here is going to shoot at Nick at long range. So that's 2d6. And Nick is defending with
2d6.
2d6 because he's injured. It missed. But it will shoot again. And got 1 success. Nick did not block it.
Okay.
Roll in the injury chart. 1.
1 is knocked down.
And that knocks him down. So he is injured and knocked down. He falls over. Then there's an archer here. He's going to shoot at Chris. I think he's in short range. So that's 46. That's much worse than the long range shot.
But Chris has 46.
First shot misses. Second shot, 1 success. Chris blocked it, so that's cool.
Good. Okay, next.
All right, So one more hobgoblin. Which one do you want? Lynn says activate this slicer, who is going to make a beeline for the bookkeeper way over there. So the slicer goes like this. And then he jumps. He can jump automatically 6 inches. He leaps across the icy river. And that's his activation. He leaps across the river with his steely knives, trying to reach the poor bookkeeper.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
2.
2 hobgoblins.
So who do we have left?
So there's 2 archers right down here by the bridge. They're not going to shoot into combat. So this archer here is going to kind of get up close to Chris and shoot at him with his nasty little barbed arrows. So that's a 46 shot. 2 successes.
2 successes. Uh-oh. But he has 46 too, so. And he blocks them.
And Chris gets 3 successes.
All right, good deal. Chris is kind of tough. He's not a very good grenade thrower, but he is tough.
Chris is tough as old boots. So that one moved. Now this other guy is going to do more or less the same thing, I guess. But his shot is not as clear. So Chris is going to get another die because of cover. He gets a little cover from that hedge. 5d6 on his defense. Hobgoblin got 2 successes. Chris got 0.
Oh, he did worse because he didn't see him.
Roll twice and take the best one. A 5 is mangled.
Mangled and down, I think.
Mangled and down.
Mangled and knocked down.
So Chris is mangled and he falls over. And he's got a little barbed arrow stuck somewhere he doesn't want it stuck. So let's activate again.
Okay, it's a joker. What horrors await?
Special event 4.
4 is free hack. Oh no, poor Gary.
Poor Gary. So all of the choppers that are in base contact get a free attack. And so that's going to be bad. 2 of these guys are wounded. 1 is not. So we'll start with the one that isn't. So that first hobgoblin has 2 helpers. And he is not wounded. So he's attacking with 5d6. But Gary is wounded, so he's defending with 3d6. Hobgoblin got no successes.
We like it.
Now we'll do the wounded one. It's going to attack with 1 die less. No successes.
I like it.
Then we'll attack with the other wounded one.
And Gary gets 46 on
Gary
that.
gets 46 because he has a buddy in base contact. And no successes. So they did their free hacks, but they could not penetrate the banana skin armor.
Yay. Okay.
Gary needs some kind of whirlwind attack where he can attack everybody in base contact with him.
Okay, I think we're down to those 3.
So 3 hobgoblins attack, so it's back to the same 3 that just attacked Gary.
Uh-huh.
Second verse, same as the first.
Except they get 2 attacks this time.
Now they get 2 attacks. So this unwounded one here has 2 buddies helping him.
Uh-huh.
5 dice. And 3 successes. Gary blocks 2. So the hobgoblin rolls on the injury chart with a single die. Gets a 4. Mangled. Gary is mangled. Unfortunately, Gary is already injured, so that mangle result removes him from this earth and sends him off to rejoin the great banana tree in the sky.
Banana splits.
But he will be remembered forever in the Book of Deeds at Santa's workshop for his brave defense of the Codex, which sadly leaves these injured ones to attack. Is that Klaus?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy will move in. He gets 1 attack. He is wounded. So he attacks with 2d6.
And 1 more for the other guy.
1 more for the helper. 1 success.
And lots of blocks.
And it's blocked. The other guy who's already in base contact is going to attack with a 3d6. He gets 1 success. Klaus blocks it. And his last attack is 1 success.
And he blocks.
Klaus blocks it. Klaus is fighting furiously with the butt of his shotgun. So that is all of the hobgoblins.
So this is either Nick or a joker.
So the next person to activate is
Whew.
Nick, not a joker.
Not a joker.
So what's Nick going to do?
Nick is going to stand up and shoot.
Nick is going to stand up. Does he want to heal himself?
He can't.
We're out of Slamfire dice.
We are out of Slamfire dice.
So he is going to simply shoot at this archer over here.
Yep.
What's he attacking with?
2d6.
Because it's a long range?
Because it's long range.
All right, and the archer's defending with 2d6 and gets no successes.
But he got 1.
So Nick rolls on the injury chart.
And it's
2.
not very good, but we'll take whatever we can get. 2 is knocked down.
And he knocks that archer down. All right, so that is the end of turn 3. We would normally go into a turn 4, but it's fairly clear that the bookkeeper will get into the truck next turn. It's just a matter of whether
any of his buddies are going to make it out.
Yeah, so things are looking pretty grim. So Klaus is not injured, but he does have 2 hobgoblins closing in on him and a third over here. Chris is mangled and on his back. Nick is wounded. So really what we need at this point in the movie is the fortuitous return of Santa Prime and Krampus, who can kind of swoop in.
But would Krampus help?
They're related.
Oh.
I think they might be brothers. I don't know. I don't know the lore exactly. There's some relation there. So maybe in times of dire need, they have a mutual defense pact or something like that. But maybe in his dying gasp, Gary sent out the call and brought back Santa Prime and maybe Krampus to help deal with the Hobgoblin Scourge.
Yes, that would be the appropriate Hollywood ending.
And the bookkeeper, sort of sensing that no one else is going to show up, hops into the all-terrain vehicle and heads off toward the nearest city to put the codex in a vault somewhere. But anyway, he takes off. The codex is safe.
We'll call Gary our star because he tied up all the choppers. He fought valiantly to the very end.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on our jolly holiday special, the Crimbo Codex Caper. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure if we'll get another game squeaked in before the end of the year, but if we don't see you before then, have a great holiday season, have a great new year, and I hope you get some brushes and some paints in your sock if you're into that sort of thing.
And watch out for those hobgoblins trying to sneak into your workshop.
That's right, and watch out for those sneaky hobgoblins.